I'm about to fucking...
What's going on, Layla? You seem really down in the dumps.
Well, you know how I've been turning in some articles for the school newspaper? I guess my teacher thinks I'm doing a good job because he submitted them to a local competition, and now I'm in the running for the state final.
But isn't that, like, a really good thing?
I guess, but I've never seen anyone from my school in the finals, so how do I know if it's even possible for me to win?
Your teacher obviously thinks you can do this, or else he wouldn't have sent your articles in. And just think, you could be the first winner from your school! Quick, get out your phone. I need someone from the history app to snap you out of this. Brr, it's freezing. Where are we?
It looks like we're at a college.
Hello there, children. Did you enjoy the graduation ceremony? I found it to be quite lovely.
Aw, man, we missed a graduation. That would have been so cool to see. Well, my name is Leo, and this is my sister Layla. We've traveled here from the future. It's nice to meet you, Miss...
As of today, it's Dr. Elizabeth Blackwell. Pleasure to make your acquaintance, children. You've arrived at my university, Geneva Medical College, here in the great state of New York on quite a momentous day.
Because of your graduation?
Well, that and the fact that I just became the first woman to graduate with a medical degree.
The first woman at your school to get a medical degree?
Not just at my school, but the first woman in the entire country.
The entire country? Wow, Dr. Blackwell, you've just made history.
I sure have. It hasn't been easy, but I'm glad I've helped clear the path for women who would like to study medicine after me.
Were there any other women who studied with you?
No, I was the only one, and I had to put up a fight to even be admitted to study here.
What do you mean?
Well, Leo, currently women are not accepted in the medical field.
That's totally unfair.
It is, but that didn't stop me, even though medicine wasn't my original career path.
It wasn't? What was?
Teaching, which is a common career for women. When my family and I first moved to the United States from England, my two sisters and I opened a private school.
What made you want to become a doctor then?
To be honest, becoming a doctor never really interested me. In fact, I hated everything connected with the body and could not bear the sight of a medical book, and the very thought of dwelling on the physical structure of the body and its various ailments filled me with disgust.
But if it grossed you out, why did you go through with it?
I was inspired by a dear friend of mine who was battling a severe illness. As she was dying, she remarked that she would have suffered less if a doctor had been a woman. I was moved by her plight and immediately knew what my new path would be.
And that's when you started studying here?
Not quite. I applied to many different medical schools, all of which rejected me because it was unheard of for a woman to study medicine.
Bummer. But wait, weren't you nervous? Wouldn't it have made you feel better if there was at least one woman who was going through this with you or who came before you? That's how I feel about being the first student from my school to make it into the state finals.
Possibly, but just because someone like you has yet to accomplish what you're setting out to do doesn't mean you should give up, right? Of course not. That shouldn't matter. What matters is the effort you put into your goals, regardless if someone like you has done it before. I forged ahead with this very idea in mind.
I never really thought about it that way. What did you do next?
While I was waiting to hear back from medical schools, I did the only thing I could think of, which was to study medicine privately with doctors who were sympathetic to my situation.
That was kind of them.
It truly was. But they were still concerned for me, worried that it would be too expensive, too impossible, that schooling would never be available to a woman. Some even said I should wear a disguise, put on men's clothes, and pretend to be a man so I could get in. How preposterous is that?
What? No way! That's wild!
You're telling me. But in 1847, after constant rejection, I finally got accepted to the very school we find ourselves at today. But my acceptance was actually meant to be a practical joke.
Like a prank? What do you mean?
The professors were nervous about admitting a woman, so they left the decision up to the all-male student body. If one of them voted no, I wouldn't be accepted. I guess they didn't take the idea seriously, because every single one of them voted yes! And boy, were they shocked when I showed up to my first day of classes.
I love that, Dr. Blackwell. You didn't care what they thought and showed up ready to learn.
I sure did. But the battle for my education didn't end there. Some professors didn't want me to attend certain classes because they thought women were too delicate. But I refused to leave the lecture halls and stood my ground. I saw no reason why I should be treated differently just because I was a woman.
Yeah! Girls should be able to study gross things just like boys.
Oh, that's right. And even though not everyone was excited that I was there, I worked my hardest, earned the respect of many of my classmates, and graduated first in my class.
Wow, Dr. Blackwell. Through all your challenges, you didn't give up and you succeeded without ever having another woman come before you to show you the ropes. Now I know that shouldn't matter.
Thank goodness. I thought it was crazy that you were just gonna give up your chance at winning the state championship just because no one from your school has ever made it that far.
Oh no, dear Layla. Don't ever let that stop you. Yes, there might be bumps in the road with you being the first at your school, just like how I encountered obstacles at my school. But just think of all the other people who were the first in their fields to achieve greatness.
Great point, Dr. Blackwell. If they had just sat around and waited for someone like them to do it first, we wouldn't have people who changed the course of history, just like you have.
Why, thank you, Leo. You're absolutely right. And Layla, think of who you could be inspiring at your school.
That's true. I can't take myself out of the running just because it hasn't been done before. Thank you for opening my eyes. Your story is really inspiring.
My pleasure. Safe travels, children. And remember, an apple a day keeps the doctor away.
So, how did today go?
It went well. I'm headed to the state final.
That's great news.
Meeting Dr. Blackwell taught me that I need to pave my own path to greatness, even if no one like me has done it before. She was the first at her school, and now I'm going to be the first at mine. Everyone better watch out, because I'm about to take the world by storm.
Thanks for time traveling with Leo and Layla. PragerU Kids really cares about teaching American values and history to awesome kids like you. So watch more at PragerUkids.com. And parents, don't forget to subscribe.